Stamping first seems like one of the easiest places to start with a project, but if you're not careful, it can overwhelm your whole background. So today I'm going to walk you through how to build interest without overcrowding it, especially if you're planning to add sprays on top. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Tiffany Solorio. If you are new here, welcome. I am so glad you're here. And if you've been around for a while, welcome back. Now we are on day 11 of 20 days of creative play. If you want to follow along, you can download the free PDF. I'll have that linked down in the description for you. So I'm going to go ahead and start stamping, and I'll walk you through what I'm thinking as I go, especially knowing that I'm going to be adding sprays over top of this. So the first thing I'm thinking about here, and this is really important, think about your composition first. Before I even really get going, I'm thinking about where I actually want things to go. I'm not trying to fill the whole page. I just want a little bit over here, maybe in the upper left-hand corner, and then a little bit over in the bottom right-hand corner. I love this simple composition. It's just enough so that when those sprays go down later, this stamping can peek through and add that extra layer of interest. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, this isn't something I always do. A lot of times I just want to play and see what happens. But when you're starting with stamping like this, having even a loose plan helps so much in keeping things from feeling overwhelming. If you want to have your focal point in the center, you might keep most of your stamping there and then kind of fade it out towards the edges. Now, as I start adding more stamping, this is where it can get really easy to overdo it. So another thing I like to keep in mind here is vary your stamp sizes. Instead of reaching for the same type of stamp over and over, I'm switching things up. I might go in with something a little larger at first and then bring in something smaller and then even more detailed, like my script stamp, which you guys know I love. The variation helps everything feel more balanced and keeps it from getting too heavy in one spot. And as I'm building this up, here's something else I'm thinking about. Change up your ink, color, and intensity. I don't want everything to be super bold because once those sprays go down, things are going to shift a little bit. So instead of stamping everything at full strength, I might do a second or third generation stamping, or even switch up the ink color just a little bit. At first I used black soot, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of ground espresso. That way I still get that layered look, but it's not competing with everything I'm about to add. Now this next part is really important, especially if you're working with sprays. Make sure you're using a permanent ink because once you introduce water and sprays, things can move really quickly, and I want all of this stamping to stay clean and intentional underneath. I do not want to create a muddy mess. And for me personally, I really like using the Distress Archival inks because they coordinate with everything I'm already using anyway, so it just makes it really easy. And the last thing before we move on is leave some breathing room. You can see I'm still leaving quite a bit of white space, and that's completely on purpose. This is just the first layer. We're not finishing the background here, we're building on top of it. We're creating in stages, and honestly, this part here, this is what makes the biggest difference in the final result. So now I'm going to bring in my sprays, and this is where everything really starts to come together. As I'm adding this color, I'm still thinking about my composition. I'm not just spraying everything evenly, I'm deciding where I want more color and where I want to keep some of that lighter space, because that contrast is what helps everything stand out. You might want to have more white space, or you might want the whole background really saturated with color. It really just depends on the look you're going for. And I'm also thinking ahead a little bit. What am I going to add on top of this later? Do I want to add a focal point, a sentiment, more stamping? Because I don't want everything to be competing with each other or feel too busy. So I'm just building up color slowly, letting some areas stay lighter, some areas a little darker, and letting the stamping still peek through. I did go ahead and add some Distress Oxide spray into the center here because I really want my composition to sit more in the upper left and the lower right corner. Keeping that middle a little lighter helps guide your eye around the page. And this is really where everything starts to connect. The stamping, the spacing, the color, it all starts working together instead of fighting each other. And this is why I love starting this way. because all of that stamping just kind of peeks through the color and adds interest without me having to go back later and try to fix everything. And it becomes part of the background. And this is actually something we go deeper into in my confidence art journaling class coming up at the end of April. We really focus on building backgrounds in layers like this in a way that feels simple and manageable so you can create with more confidence instead of second guessing every step. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, I'll have it linked down below for you. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, I do have a free 7-day art journaling mini course that's a great place to start. I'll link that below as well. I absolutely love how this page is turning out so far, and I would love to know. Is this something you've tried before, or do you usually stamp after you add your color? Let me know down below. If you create anything inspired by these prompts, don't forget to tag me on social media so I can see what you're making. Use the hashtag InkyWithTiffany. I'll have all of the supplies listed in the description box, but as always, I really want to encourage you to use what you already have in your stash. I really hope you enjoyed today's prompt and it inspired you, and as always, don't forget to stay creative, my friends.